There comes a moment that never appears on social media. No applause, no cameras, no audience. Just you, standing in silence, looking at the life you've built, and asking yourself one question: if nothing changes, where will I be 1 year from today? That question has the power to change everything. Because the greatest battles are never fought in stadiums, they are fought inside the human mind. Every morning before the world wakes up, two versions of you begin a conversation. The first says, sleep a little longer, start tomorrow. One day won't matter. The second voice is quieter, but stronger. It says, get up, keep your promise, become the person you said you wanted to be. The direction of your life depends on which voice wins. Most people think success arrives with one lucky opportunity. Doesn't. Success is built in ordinary moments that nobody celebrates. The workout nobody saw, the chapter nobody knew you read, the business idea you worked on after everyone else went to sleep, the difficult decision to keep moving when quitting would have been easier. These moments don't look extraordinary, but together, they build an extraordinary life. Imagine an old lighthouse standing on a rocky coastline. Every year, storms crash against it. Powerful winds try to shake it. Massive waves try to pull it into the sea. Yet when the storm is over, the lighthouse is still standing, not because the storm became weaker, but because its foundation was stronger. Your mind must become that lighthouse. Life will test you. Some days you'll lose confidence. Some days you'll fail. Some days people you trusted will disappoint you. But if your foundation is built on discipline instead of emotion, nothing can permanently break you. The world is full of people waiting for confidence. They believe confidence comes first. But confidence is the reward. Action is the cause. You don't become confident and then act. You act again and again and again, until confidence quietly grows from your consistency. There is a reason mountains are respected, not because they are loud, because they endure. Season after season. Storm after storm, they remain, become like the mountain. Steady, patient, unshaken by temporary discomfort. Too many people abandon their dream because they mistake slow progress for failure. A seed doesn't become a tree overnight, for weeks. Nothing appears above the ground. Yet beneath the surface, the roots are growing. Your progress is often invisible before it becomes undeniable. Trust the work that no one else can see. Every page you read, every promise you keep, every excuse you refuse to accept, is another root growing beneath the surface. One day people will admire the tree. Very few will understand the years spent building the roots. Stop chasing applause. Chase growth. Applause fades. Character remains. Character is what gets you out of bed when motivation disappears. Character is what keeps you moving after disappointment. Character is what separates people who dream from people who build. The mirror tells the truth every morning. It doesn't care about your intentions. It reflects your habits. If you want a different reflection, become a different person, not tomorrow. Today, the future isn't created by giant leaps. It's built by small decisions repeated with purpose. Wake up earlier, read one more page, train one more day, learn one new skill, keep one more promise. These actions seem ordinary until one day you realize they created an extraordinary version of you. So don't wait for perfect conditions. Don't wait until you feel fearless. Don't wait for someone to believe in you. The day your life changes will not begin with perfect circumstances. It will begin with one decision, the decision to stop negotiating with your excuses. Because the person you've always wanted to become is waiting on the other side of today's choices. Take the first step, then another, and another. One day you'll look back, not at the life you wished for, but at the life you built. One disciplined decision at a time. There is a battle that no one else can fight for you. It doesn't happen in the streets. It doesn't happen in the gym. It doesn't happen in the office. It happens in the silence of your own mind, every single day. You wake up with a choice, not between success and failure, but between comfort and growth. Comfort always speaks first. It tells you, you've already worked hard enough. Take the easy road. You deserve another day off. Growth speaks differently. It doesn't shout. It whispers. Keep going. One more step. Don't stop now. The people you admire, the athletes, the entrepreneurs, the leaders, the dreamers who became achievers, they all heard both voices. The difference is simple. They refuse to let comfort decide their future. Think about an eagle when the storm arrives. Most birds fly away. They search for shelter. They hide. But the eagle does something different. It spreads its wings and rises above the storm. The very wind that frightens other birds lifts the eagle higher. Your challenges can do the same. Every setback carries a lesson. Every disappointment carries wisdom. Every obstacle carries an opportunity to become stronger, but only if you refuse to quit. Pain has a purpose. It teaches patience. Failure teaches humility. Discipline teaches freedom, and consistency teaches confidence. People often ask, how do I become fearless? The answer is, you don't. Fear is part of being human. Courage is choosing to move forward, even while fear walks beside you. Imagine a blacksmith standing before a blazing fire. He places cold steel into the flames. The heat is intense. The hammer strikes again, and again and again from the outside. It looks like destruction. But the blacksmith knows something others don't. The steel isn't being destroyed. It's being strengthened. Life is your forge. Every challenge, every rejection, every lonely season is shaping your character. The question is not, why is this happening to me? The better question is, what is this preparing me for? Because every season has a purpose. Winter teaches endurance. Spring teaches hope. Summer teaches effort. Autumn teaches gratitude. No season lasts forever if today feels difficult. Remember, this chapter is temporary. Don't let one difficult page convince you the whole story is over. Keep writing. Most people measure success by what they own. But the greatest success is becoming someone you are proud to be. A strong body means little. Without a strong mind, a successful career means little. Without integrity. Real success begins within. It begins the moment you decide that excuses will no longer control your future. Your habits are writing your autobiography every day. The question is, would you be proud to read it? If not, start writing a different chapter. Wake up earlier. Speak with kindness. Keep your promises. Learn something new. Train your body. Train your mind. Protect your peace. Little by little, you become the person your younger self dreamed of becoming. There will be people who doubt you. Some will laugh. Some will criticize. Some will walk away. Let them. You don't need everyone's approval. You need your own commitment. History has never been changed by people who followed the crowd. It has been changed by ordinary people who refuse to live ordinary lives. One day, someone will ask, how did you change your life? They'll expect you to describe one magical moment. But you'll smile because you'll know the truth. It wasn't one moment. It was thousands of quiet decisions. The alarm clock you didn't ignore. The workout you almost skipped. The book you finished. The fear you faced. The promise you kept. Those ordinary moments created an extraordinary future. So don't underestimate today, because today is building tomorrow, and tomorrow is built by what you choose. Right now, the battle continues. The storm will return. Life will test you again. But this time, you'll be different, stronger, wiser, more disciplined. Because every challenge you've survived has prepared you for the victory that's still ahead. There comes a moment when life asks you a question, not with words, but with challenges. It asks, how badly do you really want it? Because everyone loves the idea of success. Everyone dreams about standing on the stage, holding the trophy, living with freedom, being respected, being remembered. But very few people fall in love with the process that creates those things. The world celebrates the victory. It rarely sees the sacrifice. It doesn't see the mornings when you woke up before the sun. It doesn't see the nights when everyone else was sleeping while you were still working. It doesn't see the tears, the failures, the rejection, the loneliness. Success has a habit of hiding its price until you're willing to pay it. The truth is, every meaningful dream demands something in return. It demands your comfort, your excuses, your distractions, your old habits. The question isn't whether greatness has a price. The question is, are you willing to pay it? Imagine a sculptor standing before a giant block of stone. To everyone else, it's just a rock, heavy, ordinary, worthless. But the sculptor sees something different. He sees the masterpiece trapped inside, day after day. He strikes the stone with his hammer, one hit, then another, and another. Weeks pass. Nothing impressive. Months pass. Still unfinished. People laugh. Some tell him he's wasting his time, but he keeps striking. Then one day, the masterpiece appears. People call it talent. They never saw the thousands of invisible strikes that created it. Your future works the same way. Every workout, every book, every difficult decision, every promise you keep is another strike of the hammer. One day, people will admire the masterpiece. They won't understand the years it took to create. Don't chase quick success. Quick success often creates weak character. Strong character creates lasting success. There will be days when progress feels invisible. You'll wonder, is any of this even working? Those are the days that matter most because most people quit when results become invisible. Champions continue anyway. The strongest roots grow underground, long before anyone sees the tree. Trust your roots. Protect your roots, water your roots. One day, the world will see the tree. Never compare your beginning to someone else's destination. Comparison steals peace. Comparison steals confidence. Comparison steals joy. Your journey was never meant to look like theirs. You have your own mountain to climb, your own lessons to learn, your own purpose to fulfill. Walk your path with pride. One step, one habit, one decision at a time. Failure will visit you. Don't be surprised. Failure visits everyone who dares to chase something meaningful. The difference is, some people build a home for failure. Others simply let it visit. Learn the lesson, then keep moving. Never allow one bad chapter to convince you the story is over. Life is bigger than one mistake, bigger than one rejection, bigger than one difficult season. Sometimes life delays your success, not to punish you, but to prepare you. Because if success arrives before character, success often disappears just as quickly. Become the kind of person who can carry success with humility, carry influence with kindness, carry responsibility with courage. Your habits are introducing you to your future. Every choice matters. Every conversation matters. Every hour matters. Time never asks whether you're ready. It simply keeps moving. So move with it. Don't wait for next Monday. Don't wait for next year. Don't wait until you feel confident. Confidence is built through action, not waiting. Remember this. The strongest people in history were once ordinary people who made one extraordinary decision. They refused to quit when everyone else slowed down. They took one more step when everyone else complained. They kept building when everyone else searched for shortcuts. They trusted the process, and eventually, the process rewarded them. One day, people will look at your life, and they'll say, "You're lucky." Smile, because you'll remember the mornings they never saw, the sacrifices they never noticed, the battles you fought in silence, the promises you kept, even when nobody was watching. Luck didn't build your future. Character did, discipline did, consistency did. So if today feels difficult, good. it means you're growing. If today feels uncomfortable, good, it means you're changing. Diamonds are not created in comfort. They are created under pressure. And maybe, just maybe, the pressure you're feeling today is preparing you to become someone you never thought possible. Keep going. Your greatest chapter hasn't been written yet. There is a lesson that changes a person's life forever. Most people discover it too late. Some never discover it at all. The lesson is simple. No one is coming. No one is coming to rescue your dreams. No one is coming to wake you up every morning. No one is coming to build your future. No one is coming to fight your battles. And when you finally accept that truth, something incredible happens. You stop waiting. You stop complaining. You stop searching for someone else to change your life. Because you realize the person you've been waiting for has always been you. Every sunrise brings two opportunities. The first, to repeat yesterday. The second, to become someone better than yesterday. Most people choose the first because it's comfortable. Comfort asks for nothing. Growth asks for everything. Growth asks for discipline when you're tired, patience when you're frustrated, faith when you cannot yet see the results, and courage when every excuse tells you to stop. Imagine a captain sailing across a violent ocean. Dark clouds surround the ship. Lightning tears across the sky. Massive waves crash against the hull. The crew begins to panic, but the captain doesn't stare at the storm. He keeps his eyes fixed on the compass, because leaders don't follow fear, they follow direction. Life will always create storms. Financial storms, emotional storms, personal storms. The question isn't whether storms will come. The question is, will you keep your eyes on your purpose, or will you let fear choose your direction? Purpose is stronger than emotion. Purpose gets you out of bed when motivation disappears. Purpose keeps you moving when progress feels invisible. Purpose reminds you why you started. Never underestimate the power of knowing your why. People with a strong reason can survive almost any challenge. There will be seasons when nobody notices your effort. You will work in silence, study in silence, train in silence, heal in silence, grow in silence. Do not mistake silence for failure. The roots of every great tree grow underground long before anyone admires its branches. Success grows the same way, invisible first, unforgettable later. Many people spend years chasing approval. They want everyone to believe in them. But belief from others is temporary. Belief in yourself is permanent. The mirror is your only real competition. Become better than the person you were yesterday, not better than someone else. Someone else's journey was never yours. Comparison steals peace. Commitment creates peace. Every promise you keep strengthens your character. Every promise you break weakens your confidence. Confidence isn't built by talking. It's built by keeping your word to yourself. Become someone who trusts their own decisions. Become someone who finishes what they begin. Become someone who doesn't negotiate with excuses. One day, people will call you disciplined. They won't know that discipline began with one difficult decision, repeated every day. Success never arrives in one giant moment. It arrives quietly. One habit, one workout, one page, one conversation, one opportunity, one decision at a time. Then suddenly, the life you once imagined becomes your reality. People will ask, how did you do it? Tell them the truth. There was no secret, no shortcut, no perfect moment, only ordinary days, lived with extraordinary consistency. Remember this, or your future is listening to every choice you make today. The person you become tomorrow is being created by the habits you choose right now. Choose wisely, because your family is watching, your children are watching, your future self is watching. More importantly, you are watching, and deep inside, you already know the person you're capable of becoming. Don't disappoint that person. Fight for them, work for them, become them, because one day, you'll stand where you once dreamed of standing. Not because life became easy, but because you became stronger, and that is how ordinary people create extraordinary lives. One day, your life will become a story. Not the story you tell, the story your actions tell. People won't remember every word you spoke. They won't remember every excuse you made. They will remember the life you lived, the courage you showed, the character you built, the difference you made. The question is, what story are you writing today? Because every sunrise gives you a blank page. Every decision writes another sentence. Every habit creates another chapter. And one day, without realizing it, you'll finish the book of your life. Make sure it's a story worth reading. Imagine standing at the top of a mountain, looking back at every valley you crossed, every failure, every rejection, every lonely night, every morning you wanted to quit, but didn't. You'll realize something beautiful. None of those moments were trying to destroy you. They were preparing you. The storms gave you strength. The pain gave you wisdom. The setbacks gave you humility. The discipline gave you freedom. Nothing was wasted. Not a single tear. Not a single failure. Not a single difficult season. Everything had a purpose. Sometimes, life breaks your plans because it wants to build your purpose. Sometimes, the door closes, so you'll have the courage to build your own. Never mistake a delay for a denial. Your timeline is not your failure. Your journey is not your weakness. Every great tree grows at its own pace. Every sunrise arrives at its own time, and every person discovers their purpose when they're ready to carry it. Stop comparing your journey to someone else's. The eagle doesn't compare itself to the lion. The mountain doesn't compare itself to the ocean. Everything powerful becomes great by fulfilling its own purpose. So should you. The world doesn't need another copy of someone else. It needs the strongest version of you. A version built by honesty, by discipline, by resilience, by courage, not by perfection. Perfection is an illusion. Progress is real. Choose progress. Every single day, become 1% better. One more page, one more workout, one more act of kindness, one more promise kept, one more step toward the person you were created to become. Years from now, people may admire your success, but the greatest reward won't be the applause, it won't be the money, it won't be the recognition. The greatest reward will be looking in the mirror, knowing you never gave up on yourself. That feeling cannot be bought, it cannot be borrowed, it must be earned, and you earn it. One disciplined decision at a time. There will always be people who doubt you. Forgive them. There will always be people who underestimate you. Respect them anyway. There will always be obstacles. Face them. There will always be fear. Walk forward. Because courage isn't the absence of fear. Courage is choosing purpose over fear. Every champion you admire was once a beginner. Every leader was once uncertain. Every successful person once questioned themselves. The difference was never talent alone. The difference was they refused to quit. Now it's your turn, not tomorrow, not next month, not when life becomes easier. Today, right now, make a promise to yourself that no matter how difficult the road becomes, you will keep walking, that no matter how many times you fall, you will stand again, that no matter how long success takes, you will trust the process. Because greatness isn't reserved for a chosen few. Greatness belongs to those who stay faithful to the journey. So when the alarm rings tomorrow morning, remember this moment. When excuses begin to speak, remember this moment. When fear tells you to stop, remember this moment. When life becomes difficult, remember who you're becoming. You're not just building a career, you're building character. You're not just chasing success, you're creating a legacy. And a legacy isn't measured by what you own. It's measured by who you become and how many lives you inspire along the way. So stand up, lift your head, take a deep breath, look toward the future, and walk into it with courage, with discipline, with faith, with purpose. Because the battle within is no longer your greatest weakness, it has become your greatest strength. And one day, when someone asks, "What changed your life?" you'll smile and quietly answer, "The day I stopped waiting and started becoming."